Hi, my name is Jorge Valle, and today I will be going over week 10 scenarios. What we're doing right now is that after learning about Docker and containers, what we're going to do is with the Google Cloud Platform, we will be creating a virtual machine and we are going to be able to recreate our databases in there that we had before. That way, if at any point we need to connect to them, that we have access to it. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do, after setting up everything here, it did take a little bit, honestly, to apply like the coupon and whatnot. But if you follow closely the instructions, you will see that this particular first part is really easy. And what you just need to do is be able to create a virtual machine instance. So this is mine already. Make sure that when you do so that you are in the correct Google account. As you can see, I have many also selected, and that before you even create an instance, you will have to create a project for yourself here. So make sure you do that if we're getting in here. This is my virtual machine instance. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and it should give me the information we need here. So I got my name, it's running, it tells you like the zone, that's what we need. We know that this is a container, and I'll show you here in just a little bit, but we got the machine time is at E2 small, we really don't need a big one. If we do, then more resources, therefore more to pay for per hour. So we want to lower that. After that, if we keep going down, we can see other things that are really helpful here. I believe the container image is right here. That to be able to get that, what you do is you go to your Docker, and this is the one that you'd want. I believe if you just double click it, hit Control C on your keyboard, you should be able to just copy it, and it'll look like that. So that's what you do. So that is basically it. So this is up and running. So let's go back here, and which is great. After that, what we need to do is move all of our databases into this virtual machine. And in there as well, we need create basically a Docker instance, or sorry, no, a container in there, if I remember right. And we should be able to um, upload an image into it, be able to create that image, and then using our normal computer here, we should be able to connect to that database or basically that server. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the first thing that we need to do here after we have all of this connected, we need to make sure that we have our firewall all set up correctly. And so what you do is on the left side, click that hamburger icon. I like that name. And once you go down, you go to the, I believe it's a VCP network, virtual private. I believe that's what it's called or what it means. And once you're in here, you go to firewall. And make sure you're in the right project, by the way. And then all you need to do is create a firewall rule. I already created mine, which basically says after you've selected your IP address, you just do zeros, honestly. You just tell what port this is going to be on, 49433, which is really important when you're trying to connect using SSMS or I believe that's called Azure Data Studio. And that's what I'll be using as well. It did take a little bit as well to get all of this going. You did have to use a little bit of the command line that Google offers here. So if you were to do that and see you're all good to go, let's go back to our computer engine and virtual machine instances. When you're in here, what you want to do is do the SSH connect, and then you go through a series of commands so that you can upload basically your Docker instance. And at one point, or your image, at one point you will get there and you'll see that mine is uploaded and ready to go. My tag, which is really important when you create one, your tag is with DB restored. In that, you also have to make sure that when you are creating, when you sign up for Docker Hub, that you create something that can be easy to remember, and then it'll ask you to create a what is it, a tag here. But I believe you only get one repository. This is what it's called, the repository. I believe you only get one private one, as you can see, and so that'll be enough for us. And once you do that, then what I need to show is that this is basically running. And what I'm going to use today, and I usually don't use Azure Data Studio, but I'm really liking it. This is what I'll use to connect as well. As you can see, I'm already connected, but I can just start over. In the, I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit Connection. That way we can see, like, that's the IP address, the password. You just got to remember it. I know that it's part of what you set up with your container password, and so keep a lookout for that. But if I were to say, oh, I just want to be able to go into this one, you can click New Query, and if we do something like, actually, let me zoom in. If you hit Control equals, it should zoom in for you. Control minus should be zoom out, but if you do something like this, to get that going, I don't really remember the tables here, so I'm just going to use the ingredients. Here, ingredient dot ingredients. I'm just going to run that F5, and it's going to tell you. Perfect. The other thing that we need to make sure is that we have the SQL server agent running. This is really important. If you're using the Azure Data Studio, you do have to download that extension, SQL Server Agent, to be able to see it. And once it's downloaded, what you do is you right click over here and you click Manage. And it'll open something like this. And there's this side over here, SQL Agent under administration, which will let you which jobs that you have. So this is the job that I had right here. I can run it if I need to. At one point it did fail, but looks like it succeeded. Looks like it's good to go. Yep, successfully started. It did what it needed to do. Therefore, if I go to the database and the system database and the MSTB, in here there should be a custom table or the audit that it'll insert into. And there should be some messages here. Huh, looks like it was a password issue. That is basically it. Thank you so much and have a good day.